Good evening, friends, and welcome to the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture. The People's Polluted Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, where the workers have the resources in the Soviet Republic. Today, we're going to install a second power plant and sync it up to the grid. That's what we're going to do. And we have two high voltage outs. We're not going to touch the medium voltage out of the current power plant. But we have two of them. One supplies all of the oil production, except for these few derricks right here. We do have quite a 10,000 tons of oil in the input buffer. I think that we should be safe-ish. And in either case, that's fine. When the power plant eventually comes online, I also need this pipe first. That's going to take forever, maybe. Oh, there is not that much. It's 166 workdays remaining. Only just this pump. That will be done in today. Maybe not 117. Can we get the crane to help? They're busy at the power plant. Maybe. Yeah. The electricity then. How to connect these high voltage wires? We want 15 megawatts. We say. One of these is very well prepared for this operation, because it has a switch on that circuit that we can simply hook up to. That would be very easy to do without interruption to the service. And for some reason I'm trying to build it through here. That's a good choice. No, it's not, because it's not going to work. It's going to work, but it's going to be messy as hell. This. Such is it. It is high voltage in the Soviet Republic. From there to there. Yes, that will allow us to control somewhat the power input here, and we can simply pull the old cable out eventually. That you can start working on it. See. That's not too bad, or that's real simple. Now this, okay, I don't want to cut power right now. Maybe it's okay. We can cut power now, because even though it will take a little time to. Yes, UG has all of the current oil production offline. Yes, switch. High voltage variety. Not like two of these. Yes, very good. Then 15 megawatt wire. Wait, that's no good. I just will remove a bit more so it makes a little bit sort of sense here layout wise. Like that, we feed it from the current power plant and from. You can't. Hello, you cannot have a high voltage line above a helicopter platform. Oh, that would definitely be a building in the way. We leave them plenty of space. As long as we're doing nothing here, they are without power. I know. I don't think it's that bad. There we go. Now, to actually build, we need these, and we're missing one thing. Right? Yes. That one. This one. And this one. Hello. Thank you. Yes, those are most prioritized, because when that's back, we get power back in the oil fields. Shall we go and have a look? It's completely black from here on. Nothing's happening. It's completely dark. Yeah, you'll have power back on in a few weeks, maybe 17th of August. It won't be any better, but it's not been bad. We are taking this, nipping this way in the bud, as we were. We were running it quite hard, and now we are like 5 megawatts less than usual since we're offline out there. Now we're sort of in the comfortable zone, 80% load sustained. Here. Yes, but to get any use out of that, let's see here now, what is... This one is the one that goes to the current, yeah, to the other... to the other circuit is where it goes. Right. And this circuit that we're not ending in production in, that serves like utopia. It serves iron, yarn over there, mining town, and it does some sort of supply over here and there in town via underground wires. That is a mess of medium voltage and coming out of the power plant, and that this transformer with underground wires in town. But it's working enough to keep the town in good electricity, it would seem. There's only one place where we have not always gotten perfect electricity, but I think it should be fixed. That's out here. They take building properties right at dawn, or too late. I don't think so. We have 3 of these iron ore processors taking iron out of here, but still it's full of iron. I can't dig it out quick enough. This is good. So productivity 100% in all 3. Very good. A limitation is that the third one here we cannot work in unless there's a ship docked. That only these 2 are connected to the aggregate storage. It doesn't matter because the aggregate storage fills up in like no time at all. Ah, here comes the next one. So that won't be a problem. 3 of these we have. How much do we get for it this year so far? We've gotten $8.5 million. That doesn't sound bad in 1990 here. Maybe for a nation of 18,000 people. That's a lot of money per person. Isn't it? Quite a bit, if you like, but if you compare it to the bitumen and oil and fuel, the oil is interesting that we're making that much money off. Actually, the oil we take just as it is, and supposedly only taking what we can't process in the oil refinery. Depending on if all of these pumps are set up correctly with priorities and so on. This one is finished. The pipe to it is not finished though, because the source isn't sending resource, it claims. But yes, it does. But you're definitely going to use priorities. Here we go. This one is high. That's the power plant. And wait. Petroleum comes in, petroleum goes to oil refinery, petroleum goes to power plant, petroleum goes to here. And power plant, and that's something else. That's bitumen. Don't worry about that. Yes, and then it goes into here. So whatever we can't deal with in the oil refinery will get to here. Now that should be plenty enough to keep it safely supplied here. Power plant. 11 tons of steel is always remaining. And 332 work days. I mean, then we might as well get to work on the high voltage. Already begun, apparently. This one. How are you coming? Slowly. Missing steel electrical components. I suppose they're on their way. They don't have a lack of... The source of workers is empty. Every now and then. It's funny because there is like a lot of residential buildings around town here. But they are busy working at orphanages. Orphanages say this. And 156 kids in each orphanage because it seems to balance out pretty well. Yeah, it's exactly same amount in each and every one. Okay, more or less exactly same amount in each and every one. What was it, 9? That's a missing stat, I would think. How many orphans we have? There isn't a stat about that. But you growing up with so very low loyalty. Why? You've been taken care of by the state. You have a degree. You are satisfied with the food and meat. You are 93% happy. Just that you do not like the government that much. Haven't gotten that much culture. Oh, we have a resulting upbringing level of minus on the social. I can't just increase the propaganda. And enthusiasm for sport. What does that matter? Does it matter? I get a little bit more trusting of the government. What sort of dissidents do we have working here? I still haven't built a secret police to invade on their privacy. No, doesn't feel right to do. It's not correct. But the power plant is finished. This is finished and it's full of oil. Excellent. We have no wires connected to it though, so it's not currently contributing. That is a good sign. A crane. What are you going to do? Yeah, going to work on high voltage. This bit you're going to work on. That's just as important as every other bit. How can we be missing steel and electrical components? We have that. It's down here. Here we have all of that sort of stuff. Electronics. Electrical components to a high voltage switch. Finally, you got it. Mackie the mover. Apparently. Are there other skins available? Mayflower Transit Company nationwide. Furniture movers. Okay. Don't know that. Yesip. Pepsi Cola, I don't think I'm not endorsed nor US Air Force. I have no affiliation with the US Air Force. Mackie the mover. I don't know. US Air Force. Yeah, we can have that. No one would ever take that seriously anyway. That we would have a US Air Force thing. Maybe we bought that, at some sort of, should I call it? They had some standing around somewhere. They always leave stuff behind the Americans. But this is modern. rather modern. Anyway, it's 20 years old. You don't know what happened to it. That happened in 20 years. Messy times. You should have the headlights on in rain, by the way. Very dangerous not to. Okay, did this do it? We're working on it. Still missing steel. This is not a steel thing. Is the source without steel? No. Why aren't you sending steel? Because we have steel on the construction. What we need are workers. They should be coming in a terribly old bus. This is shameful. It's 1990. I'm still using this. We could have something more modern, maybe. Yes, but it's on its way now. Do we really want to stop it? It's at the bus platform. It can do one last job for us. And the bus station is not that crowded. No, we talked about that. That's all the things. Orphanages is mostly. Yeah. Yes, the reason is again that it's so goddamn polluted here in town. So the average lifespan isn't that great. 50 years for this building. Not that bad everywhere. 51. Okay. Out here it isn't quite that bad. 57. Okay. Down here, yes, 64. It's pretty damn polluting, this industry and the power production. The conversion of hydrocarbons into usable electricity. Yeah, the switch is done and that bit is done, but this bit isn't done. You have that on, you have that on your to-do list. Yeah, but this bus. Do you have more of these old things? Probably. Yeah, everything you have is old. Everything I have is like really old. It's the original stuff. Not the original, since this took a few years to get this in, but maybe 4 or 5 years. That's pretty much original at this point in 1990, yes. We get rid of all of it, all of this crap. Why not? All vehicles that you have been through so many building adventures with us. You have been building everything all around us. You have been involved in, maybe not everything, but a lot of stuff. There you go. The Stalinic is still available, right? So yeah, we'll have one of those, and we'll have 1 or 2 excavators. Oh, it isn't available. The old classic. Oh, this is worse. What about the Westerners? At this point in time, excavators, small feeder. Oh, that comes in 92, I think. the good Western one. Okay, we'll have to go with. I'll have to go with this one. This I don't trust. Nuclear excavator. No. Oh, yeah, it's very expensive. Yeah, but I can actually not afford this. Yes, I can. 1.6 million, 757. The hell are you talking about? I don't know really, but that's great. Buses too. Top speed. These are a good choice. Not too many concrete mixers. I think for concrete mixers, I think that if you go west, Oh, it's the Volvo F10. 30 tons. Now remember, this is a small thing. If you want to cover everything, we need to keep like a few vehicles each don't crash, whatever that was. Open hull. Yes, open hull. These can't load vehicles. That's a problem. Go east. We need a few. And dumpers. We can't forget about dumpers. Dumper. The 2. And a paver. And a roller would be great too if you... But I have this now. This is good. Roller. This one. One slot remaining for... Now this is a whole different thing, isn't it? Nothing to do. Oh, we're finished. Oh, you're finished. Yes, so that's how you rebuild reconnect the electricity grid. How much oil did we barely noticeable. Okay. Now that these are connected, both of these are connected to the same thing here. And unless I were to put another switch in, I could put yet another switch in. If we, okay, it's fine. We have power on out there anyways. Right, this one. This is going, hopefully, then going to pass just as much current as it is currently. When this is removed, yeah. Just that now we take it out of the other power plants instead. Increase the load on it. Say we want this sort of thing so we can use power from both power plants. I think that if we build another switch in between here, in between this power plant and the circuit, it takes the shortest distance. I think we sort of can have a backup thing going on. Backup power, you could call it, or a redundant grid even. It's just the limitation is with the game, I think. No, yes, you can still only do maximum, what is it, 18 megawatts on the not so pretty power lines. Yes, it's this one. We can might as well remove it. Last bit too. Take it down to there, and because now there is a switch in between these, that will make it prefer to use this. But if production were to be problematic here at any point, I think it's going to be. But if we have a redundancy, when we have a network, we have synced the new power plant to the grid. That's, I think, is what was promised to be set out to be done. Do one more tune, then we're good. Just as autumn is approaching. Yeah, all of that will be built. What are you running at now? 8.8 megawatts. Now let's see. The other stuff. Wait. Which one is which here again? Yeah, you are for this stuff, and the other one. Yeah, that was here. It's only passing 1.7 megawatts. Yes, this is now being this switch. Doesn't make sense but this is being fed directly from the power plant here. Then we have, okay, so that will run primarily on this one. You could make the argument that if the more load we take out of this one, the less polluted the town will actually be. This is the prison, mostly. Now, to do that, what would you need to do? You need to put in like 1, 2, 3 switches, or rethink the whole thing. You could do also and do it properly. But if you put in 2 switches, I think that's enough to make it prioritize the other power plant as a source. Nothing broke, right? It's still working. Yes, just get a whole lot more power flowing in here. Now. I'll 2 of these. The music is very dramatic. It's not that dramatic to be laying in high voltage, very serious stuff. High voltage. Real serious stuff, this. Building in the way. There was that medium voltage, yes, it was medium voltage switches that I was building. That's not going to help with... No. Thank you very much for being in the way there, boss. Saving me from deleting that road. Would have been annoying. Very annoying. Yes. Electricity, come on, get this done and wrap up. So I will need one more tune, at least. High volt, that's still a medium voltage switch. High voltage switch, thank you. It's a bit larger, you see. Same layout though. Different type of wire. Okay, what's this? This is 14 megawatts. That's unfortunate. I think it's enough. But it's unfortunate. It's directly from the power plant. I suppose it is 14 megawatts down that. It doesn't matter. This is the backup line. Actually, it will do. I really should do the roads ahead of the power cables, because now there is infrastructure in the way. I can't even see what it is around. I have to take its word for it. There is some infrastructure is in the way. I don't know what it is, but it is something. And they don't say invisible power pylons. Invisible pylons. When they're not invisible anymore, this road is going to look very strange. Yes. I take it around the back instead. That will be permissible. Overlaps. That doesn't overlap. Oh. I know you might get back to upgrading these remote roads, but just now you just want to get working on the electricity. Going to wait around. Speaking of waiting around, that's it. We have recircuited our power grid, and rebalanced it with 2 power plants. This one is actually running quite. Yeah, that was to move the pollution further away from the citizens, and that's also been accomplished. I think it would be very reliable worker supply here, but if something were to happen, we will switch over to this one automatically. Switch over. The load will flow from this power plant instead. But until such times, we shall have a little bit less pollution. If also, of course, this works out, and maybe I needed a third one to make it go the right way. Time will tell. It's autumn. It's 11th of September of 1990. The 90s are ahead of us, and Soviet Union is probably not going to go so great. But the polluted People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture is going to be great and continue to be great. Look at the population, 18,600. That's not bad. Thank you so very much for watching. Good night.